Hello, this is from the homework, page 131, 132. Um, if you have additional questions after you've seen the video, ask me and I'm happy to help you. So the first one, the error, they gave the answer being this, and that's incorrect. The x-intercept is 9, 0, the y-intercept is 0, -4. They just put them together and that's wrong. The error on this one is they flipped each of them, so these are the correct answers for both of those. Okay, so let's go ahead and graph this first. So I get -7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, -7 is down here. Then I have a slope of up 1, right 5. So the x-intercept, let's not worry about finding it. It does exist. It's way, way far out here. The y-intercept is going to be 0, -7. And the slope is right here. It's already given to us, so it's 1 over 5. Next problem. If I want to find my x-intercept, it's blank, 0, y-intercept, 0, blank. So we're going to cover up the y value. So 2 times what number gives me 10, and that'd be 5. 2, 3, 4, 5 is right there. This is going to cover up my x. So -10 times what number gives me +10, that'd be -1. And then when I want to find the slope, these are my y values. So -1 minus 0 is -1. 0 minus 5 is -5. Negative over negative is positive, so this is my slope. This one, I'm missing the back end of this problem, so it's +0. So my x-intercept and my y-intercept are both going to be the exact same. My slope is going to be 4 over 1. 0, 0 is where it's going to cross. I'm going to go up 4, right 1, and there's my graph. This one's one of our special cases. It's y equals, so it's up 4. The x-intercept is none. It won't cross the x-axis. It won't cross this line down here. The y-intercept is going to be 0, 4. The slope of a horizontal line is 0. There's another one of our special cases. X equals 4. This is going to be a vertical line. The x-intercept is going to happen at 4, 0. The y-intercept, it won't happen. It will not cross the y-axis. The slope of vertical lines are undefined. This one, we're going to find our x-intercept and our y-intercept. Okay, so this is going to cover this. So -4 times what number gives me -4? That would be 1, so 1, 0. This is the x value, so I'm going to cover this up. So 4 times what number gives me -4? And that would be -1, so 0, -1 is right here. And let's find our slope. -1 minus 0 is -1. 0 minus 1 is -1. So my slope is going to be 1 over 1, because negative over negative is positive. All of these, we want to find the slope. So I have x1, y1, x2, y2. So my slope equation is going to be 1 minus 2, 0 minus 4. That's going to give me -1 on top, on bottom. That's going to give me 4. That's my slope. x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to go y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Negative is positive, so -9 plus 8 is -1 over 7. That's my slope. x1, y1, x2, y2. So I'm going to go, my slope is going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Negative is positive. On top, 3 minus 2 is 1 over 2. There's my slope. x1, y1, x2, y2. So my slope is going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So that's going to give me -4 on, or -10 on top, excuse me, over 0. 0 on the bottom, 0 underneath is undefined. So that's my slope is undefined. If I have a 0 on top, it becomes 0. 0 on bottom is undefined. Number 13, x1, y1. Oh no. All right, so number 13, we have x1 x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's find the slope. So I'm going to get y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. On top, I'm going to get 0 over negative 18. So the slope of this is 0. When the 0 is on top, it's 0. I have x1, y1, x2, y2. So my slope is going to be negative 25 minus negative 11 over 4 minus 2. Negative negative is positive, so I'm going to get negative 25 plus 11. It's going to be negative 14 over 2. That can reduce to negative 7 over 1. Make sure you keep it as a fraction. Number 15, I want to get y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. I'm just changing forms. That's all I'm doing. And that's a positive 18, so that'll be plus 18. Divide everything by negative 6. Those cancel. Negative over negative is positive. 3 over 6 is 1 over 2. The x comes along. Positive 18 over negative 6 is negative 3. I just changed forms. Number 16, I want to do the same thing. I want to get y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 7x. So I get negative y equals negative 7x. It's positive 8, so I make it plus 8. Multiply everything by negative 1. So I'm going to get y equals 7x minus 8. So I readjusted it. And then number 17, I want y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 9x and subtract 9x. Those cancel. Divide each side by negative 4. Those cancel, so y equals 9 over 4, it's positive, and then positive 3 because 12 over 4 is 3. And there it is. Okay, make sure you ask me if you have any questions. I'm going back further in here. Let's see. All right, so this is going to be on page 133 of your books. Okay, so there's one more form of lines, and we're going to refer to this as point slope. And point slope looks like this, where x1 and y1 are your starting points. Okay, so you can fill this out in this form. X1, y1 is a point on the line, and m is the slope. That's the slope. You'll notice x1, y1 in the equation compared, they are opposite values. So when we pull them out, they'll become opposite. And this form is beneficial when given any point of a line of slope. Hence the name point slope. Okay, Alex said that the point negative 7, 10 is on this particular line. So this is my equation. Okay, so what we're going to do is if I want to figure out the point that starts with, I'm going to do the opposite of that. Opposite of negative 7 is positive 7. I'm going to do the opposite of this. Opposite of positive 10 is negative 10. So the friend is wrong. Okay, this point exists. They didn't change the sign. So as you pull it out to put it in point slope, you change the sign. All right, so ready? I'm going to change the sign. That changes to a positive 2. I'm going to change the sign, changes to a positive 3. This is my slope. Remember, make slope a fraction. On this one, I'm going to change the sign. I'm going to change the sign. My slope, you have to remember there's a 1 out front, so my slope is actually 1 over 1. On this one, do the opposite of this. There's nothing here, so make it 0. Okay. 0 is not positive or negative, so don't worry about that. But then their slope is negative 3 over 4. Number 5, I'm going to put this plus 0. So the point is going to be 0, opposite of this. My slope is right there. Make it a fraction, 2 over 1. Number 6, opposite of this is my x value. Opposite of this y is a negative 12. My slope is negative 4 over 3. My point, opposite of this, negative 4/3. Opposite of this, positive 1. My slope, there's a 1 out front, so it's going to be negative 1 over 1. Okay, so now we're going to incorporate this into a graph. So the opposite of this is positive 4. The opposite of this is negative 1. So let's plot this point. 4, negative 1 is right down here. Okay, so then I have a slope of 2/3. So from this point, I'm going to go up 2, right 3. Make that. There's my line of best fit. There's my 2 points. At any point, if you need to ask me, just raise your hand. I'm happy to help you. The point opposite, slope is 3 over 4. So let's plot the point 5, 7. So right 5, up 7. It's right there. And then my slope, I'm going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3, right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot there. Make your line all the way through. All right, number 10. Opposite of this is negative 4. There's nothing over here. Nothing is 0. My slope, there's a negative, so it's negative 1 over 1. So let's plot negative 4, 0 is right there. And my slope, down 1, right 1. Done. My point, opposite of this. Opposite of this. So negative 5, negative 4. Right there. My slope is negative 5 halves. So I'm going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right 2. Put that dot there, connect the points, put arrows on each side for your line. Done. Opposite of that. Opposite of that. So negative 1, negative 7, it's down here. We have a slope of negative 3 over 1. So I'm going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3, right 1. There's your line of best fit. Ooh, there's nothing over here. So your x value's got to be 0. Opposite of this. It's right there. That's 0, 2. We have slope. There's technically a 1 in front of the x, so 1 over 1. So from here, I'm going to go up 1, right 1. Okay. Let's go through this word problem. Sam is paying for parking at a rate of $3 per day. After 14 days, she has $68 left. Sam is paying for parking for a rate for $3 per day. After 14 days, she has $68 left. So $3 per day minus 14 equals 68. I think that's how we're going to do it. So we're going to add 14. So that's going to be 82 equals 3D divided by 3. I might have made a mistake here. Let's not worry about this. Just because I got this problem wrong, I don't think this is a vital problem for our homework. Okay, so let's take a look. We'll have us work on page 135 and 136. And let's go ahead and do 1 through 10 all. You have the rest of the period to work on it. Have a nice day.